Hi there. This is a quick run-through of ADHDev. ADHDev is a board to manage and monitor your AI agents, especially when you're vibe coding. Let's get started. So, assuming you have already installed the ADHDev package, you simply run the program, and it will bring up the board. So here I can see a quick bird's eye view of everything me and my agents have been working on, and things we have planned. Let's start off by creating a new task we want our AI to work on. You can simply click on the New Ticket button, or you can type the N key. Let's line up a code review task. If you want to add files to the ticket, simply drag and drop. For screenshots, you can use Ctrl-V to paste into a ticket. Then simply click Ctrl-Enter to create the ticket.
Done.
Here you can see our ticket on the top of the backlog. Next, let's spin up an agent to assign tasks to. Here you have a terminal embedded inside ADHDev. The Launch button will detect agents already installed that you can run, or you could install agents that are not yet installed. Of course, you can run on any other CLI agent even if they're not on this list. Let's go with Claude Code for now. It gives you all the popular modes to run in. We'll go for skip permissions. And we're in business. Next, let's select and run a batch of tasks. One thing to note is, we can mark which tickets are strictly only for discussion and investigation. Leaving it up to the AI to judge can lead to code changes where you actually meant for it to be just a discussion. So, as an extra precaution, you can turn on the discussion lock, and AI will know not to execute any changes or implement the ticket. Let's go ahead and select the tickets we want it to work on. There are two ways to do this. 1, I could manually select tickets I want it to run next. 2, I could leave it up to the agent to decide which tickets to batch together for optimal efficiency. Grouping same context tasks reduces redundant token utilization and risks of regressions. Here the agent created batches of tasks grouping them based on shared context and dependencies, and sequenced it based on my priorities. Anyway, for now, let's go with the manual selection. We can copy the prompt instructions if you want to run it on any external terminal or tool. But for now, let's go ahead and run it on our embedded terminal. Awesome. The selected tickets are now in progress and being worked on by our agent. Now, depending on the size of the batch and the complexity of the tickets, the run can take anywhere between 30 seconds to 30 minutes. Here's where everyone has a separate preference. You can work on something else. You can review and test the tickets that have recently been completed. You can add new tasks and ideas to work on. Or watch some Instagram reels. No wrong answers. But one thing's for sure is you will have a context switch. I'm going to review some of the tasks that the agent has completed and placed in the review lane. The agent can change the tickets to any status, but it can't mark it as done. The highlighted tickets are the ones with unseen comments or activity. Inside each ticket, I can see a trail of comments on every action that was taken by any coding agent, system actions like status changes, and the discussion so far. It also shows any attachments in the comments, and any associated tasks like parent tasks, child tasks, or dependencies. You can see the discussion with my agents is just like I would have with any teammate. It's just in a tight context that is persistent across sessions and agents. You can see that this ticket was passed between Claude and Codex at various points without me having to re-explain or reshare context. I can also switch to another project while this one runs. Here you can see the list of projects I've added to ADHDev. Let's switch over to another one. You can differentiate the interface so you don't get confused on which project you are currently on. You can select from a range of themes and switch between dark or light mode. Each project has its own terminal, so you can run different coding agents together in parallel for different projects. Let's run Codex for this project.
Cool.
Let's head back to our previous board. We can see the agent is still hacking away at those tasks. Let's do some planning while we wait. I'm going to switch to the priority swim lane view to sort what I should build next. Here I can see the current priority settings and reorder them by dragging them around if I need to. Oh, I notice an issue. I didn't add a row for unassigned priority. This is probably a good opportunity to introduce the brain dump. If I'm feeling too lazy to create a ticket, or feel like it's a reoccurrence of an existing issue but I can't find the ticket, I'll just put raw notes, files, or screenshots into the brain dump. Once the brain dump processes, the agent will figure out whether to create a new ticket or to reopen an existing ticket and add this as a latest comment, or to merge with another pending ticket, or whether to just post a response and suggest to take no action. You can see the action it took and the associated ticket in the brain dump feed after it processes. So I'm going to go ahead and paste a screenshot, and I'll tell it the issue that it doesn't show a column for unassigned priorities. So next time the brain dump processes, it will decide where this ticket best fits and create a polished ticket with the screenshot I provided. While I wait, I can follow the agent's activity in the terminal. Remember, you can always interact and instruct the agent directly in the terminal as well, as you would in any CLI coding environment, and the referred tickets will be maintained and updated by the agent. You can change your terminal's placement and size to suit your needs. You can keep it full screen. You can place it at the bottom, left, or top. I prefer it on the right, so let me change it back. Let me change the board back to status view. We also have an activity feed where you can see everything you or any agent has done. It shows which agent or user made the change or comment and makes recent activity easy to follow. Alright, some tickets seem to be progressing. When the agent finishes up, it updates the status, so it's in the right state and you don't need to bother with managing the board manually. Let's wait for the tickets to wind up. And done. We can see the agent has updated the board. We can read its comments in the terminal, as well as in the tickets. The tickets now have permanent and detailed context for users and agents whenever a task is revisited. You can review and verify the tasks and mark them as closed, or reopen them and leave comments if they still have issues. The ticket maintains a reopen count, so we can adjust the scrutiny and approach if the reopen count is high. And that's it. That's how you track everything you are doing, make sense of the chaos, and let AI help us in our workflow. Thanks for watching.